This was 10 years before the invention of the letter J.
She'd have to be swell for you to like her.
Uh-huh. Sounds like you want something. Come on, what is it?
I want some reefer.
It's my model airplane.
This guy was played by the fifth Marx brother, known as Dopo.
You see, it grows wild in almost every state in the Union. Therefore, there is practically no interstate commerce in the drug.
If we could set some up, we'd make a killing.
Are tied.
Pot isn't bad for you.
Oh, isn't it? How do you know?
Well, I'm going to stand here and watch you eat a whole bale of pot.
Let's go, Jack. I'm red hot.
Better be careful how you drive it. The first thing you know, you'll be ice cold.
Smoking a joint and then driving is the equivalent of talking on the cell phone while doing your nails, eating an Arby's Big Montana, and sending a fax at the same time.
So slightly more focused than your average driver.
I usually throw shaving into that mix, too.
The sitar music just starts happening whenever people get high. Nobody knows where it comes from.
It is only through enlightenment that this scourge can be wiped out.
Ironically, enlightenment can easily be achieved by burning a J while listening to side B of Pink Floyd's Metal.
Has grown and is now flourishing.
Hey, Jack, get me a cigarette before you go, will you?
Why, I oughta.
You know, when you buy a suit with chalk stripes that wide, you pretty much either have to become a pusher or open up a Rocky Rococo's pizza franchise.
He's just a kid. I can't hang him.
Shut up, shut up!
The mellowing out effect of marijuana clearly doesn't work with this guy.
Talk.
Every time you blow a marijuana cigarette, you take a chance on blowing your future.
Oh, come on, Pop. All my friends smoke pot. They're not criminals.
And nobody calls it blowing.
Haven't been caught yet.
Yeah, that's it. Play something.
All right. Come on.
What do you feel like? Smoke 2 joints? Hits from the bong? Rainy Day Woman number 12 and 35?
This was before the advent of the wet towel under the door.
Dryer sheets inside a paper towel roll were still decades away.
Score for this movie's very minimalist.
The 3 men walking theme is particularly jaunty.
That's right, stoned guy watching at home. Everyone can hear the music except
Oh, by the
you.
way, Ralph,
I call it a violent narcotic, but in marijuana's defense, it's never attacked or injured anyone on its own.
Though God help you if you come between a stoner and his bag of Funyuns.
hey, he ain't no paper man.
Why don't you know him? That's Hot Finger Friday.
Boy, he really swings out hot with a mess of jive. You want to dance?
Do it.
Dear God, get that guy some behavior-altering substances quick.
Hey, who needs marijuana when you've got incredibly annoying ragtime piano?
Hey, scram, will you?
Take your slack-jawed, drug-induced stupor somewhere else.
I hear Blockbuster Video's hiring.
Mac takes Tom to a psychedelic shop, a head shop. The place is something else, out of sight. A pot smoker's supermarket.
It's like if your Whole Foods smelled like bong water and was run by a greasy guy named
Barry is a real
Biscuithead.
veteran of the grass scene, and he gives Tom...
Hollowed-out books and false shoe bottoms cannot compare to the most devious of all hiding places, the kitchen cabinet.
I like a soda shop that has a secret yet convenient dope smoking room. When I was a teen, our soda shops didn't have secret yet convenient dope smoking rooms.
Sure about this, but I think this is the film that gave jazz musicians the idea to do drugs.
Yes, Charlie Parker cited it in his autobiography, "Please buy this book so I can buy more drugs."
Warning. Marijuana use may result in unplanned napping next to middle-aged teenagers.
Phyllis wasn't anxious to talk about her experiences with dope, but she could see how her story might be used to help others, and she began to talk.
It's okay, Judge, because I don't have a problem with drugs. I simply prefer them to living in the 50s. You understand?
I do, dear.
But I was going to be smart. Just take it or leave it. Nothing was going to happen to me. But before I knew it, I was hooked.
And I gotta say, there were no downsides. Everything since I got off drugs has paled in comparison. What's that? Oh, right. It was a nightmare, a treadmill I couldn't get off of, right.
Nothing does.
Ah, she doesn't hold a candle to Bill Clinton.
Yes, I remember. Just a young boy. Under the influence of the drug, he killed his entire family with an axe.
In his defense, they were harshing his buzz.
Potheads, why can't you drop acid like a normal person?
Honey, give me a smoke, will you?
All the stoners in this film play the piano really well. In my college days, maybe a handful of them could play the opening of Smoke on the Water.
Potheads I know mainly pretended to play along to the keyboard demo.
They were pretending?
Well, now she'll pretty much have to start playing jazz. She'll be powerless to resist.
And remember, these are...
What will I have today? No, not groovy enough. A blues screamer? No, that's for more of a Nicky Six type of mood.
Occasional.
It may be a first step.
A first step toward buying a beaded curtain, which you'll immediately regret.
Marijuana, cannabis sativa, or Indian hemp, weed, grass, pot.
Pretty cool they have
Can
this
become a
dispensary right
stimulant
there
or
in the
a
police
depressant
station.
Or an hallucinatory.
Who? Pete Daly. All right, send him in. It's all right, there we are.
Hi, I'm here about the Pushers Wanted ad in the paper.
She's laughing at something funny she saw a dog doing earlier today. Now she's laughing because she can't remember what it was. Now she's laughing because she wanted to tell him about how she forgot but can't remember she already did. Now she's laughing because she forgot she had hands.
Now she's just laughing.
The boys are not satisfied. I'm always glad to have them retire. Retire permanently.
Or they could move them on up to their new crystal meth division.
Oh, May, don't forget me.
I never forget you.
The problem with their operation is they forget to charge people for their pot. It's really not a good business model.
Try one of these.
Like all too many of his contemporaries, Tom is experimenting with something he knows little about. Something about which too little is known by anyone. Marijuana.
No one knows whether to smoke it or rub it on their sore leg.
Sit down, Bill.
Bill, you've been using the phrase totally brah a lot
There
lately.
seems to be something wrong.
And even though they don't exist yet, she wakes up craving Doritos.
Invent Doritos, please.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I never had a bit of luck with the old pretend to dance right into the bedroom trick.
The lesson? Doing drugs gets you laid.
You also get away with murder.
That too. It's great.
In high school, my girlfriend Ann and I went around with Jim and Bob.
They started an ice cream company, but lost to another pair when they forgot to smoke pot every single day of their lives.
Jive talk for marijuana.
Waco insists grass is the greatest. That's where real expansion of your mind and talents can be found.
The side
Turn
effect
on.
is that you
Tune
overbuy
in
on
to the rat
boots
race
and
its
salt.
Square problems. And tune in on...
I guess I knew about reefers, marijuana, ever since junior high. Some of the boys smoked them. The ones who couldn't get along, who were afraid of everything. You know, the ones with no backbone.
You know, the ones who started technology companies and now own their own castles, the ones who buy Rembrandts, then forget they bought them. You know.
In the middle of the 20th century in the United States of America, hundreds and
Where's America?
boys and girls are becoming hopeless dope addicts every year. It's fantastic.
It's so awesome, really.
Terrible, but it's true.
For the most part.
Give it to me.
I baptize you in the name of nicotine, ganja, and the holy reefer.
That's better. That's more like it. I know you like that. Really, you will. Now just take a puff of that.
Within weeks, Bill's car will be filled with Bob Marley 8-tracks.
Sure, this looks bad, but the kid has severe glaucoma.
Obviously, they are all able to blow pot occasionally without ill effects.
I'm having a blast.
almost
I could
all.
not be more groovy.
Oh, greetings. Well, hello, fella. How are you?
Fine, how are you? Come here. Come here.
Glad to see you.
All of my drug dealers have strongly discouraged me from calling them fella.
Name?
Smoking his own fingers.
How's business?
Getting better every day. Those kids sure go for it.
Swell.
Had to run over for a couple more cartons. Ran short today.
On April 20th of all days.
Danny?
It's time for RiffTrax.
But there are other effects, psychological effects.
Awesome
The
effects.
marijuana user generally experiences an uncontrollable feeling of hilarity, quite without reason. He exhibits a marked carelessness. His senses and time perception are distorted.
Okay,
He becomes
I'm sold. I'll
confused,
buy some
and
pot.
He displays irresponsibility.